Right, so now we're going to rig up a deep diving Ballyhoo rig. We're going to pretend that's a live Ballyhoo, or I mean, sorry, a dead Ballyhoo, but a fresh one. And basically what we're going to want on this rig is something to a skirt on front of it that has a jet head that will allow you to kind of run your Ballyhoo on a situation like this. And to really do this, we'll need a spring cone, we'll need a 9/0 hook, your wire, a 49 strand, make sure, crimps, and a little piece of number 19 tooth-proof AFW wire. To do all of this, we're going to start by pulling your wire through your lure, and always try to start with this situation. That's going to be your always first thing to do, so that you don't end up having to re-rig anything back. Make sure you have your lure first and then start thinking about other stuff. So once we have this, we're gonna run your cone through our line, and that will allow us to get our Ballyhoo together with it. And once we have our cone here, we're gonna crimp our hook into our wire. And here's a little tricky part. This hook, we're gonna do a double ending, a double loop to our crimping. And the way to do this is it's very simple. We basically go one time, we make a loop, and we go the second time through the eye also. We go 2 times and we run it through the loop again. And this way we have, once we snatch it and tighten up a little bit, we end up with this looking like that. And once we have that, we're just gonna go ahead and get our sleeve together and run it through, and that's how it's going to look. The thing about this is that we're gonna actually get this little piece of wire right in the middle there, and before we do that, I like to cut this little end loose to have it nice and because those little hairs, we know how bad they can get into their foots or anything if you up on board. So once we have this all squared out, we're just gonna run that little wire in the middle, and once we are there, we're actually going to crimp it. Once we crimp it, you want to make sure again that you get your good sizing, so that you don't end up with a big crimper, for example, like that, or something like that. As you can see, all the sizes are put into the crimpers. If you don't have the sizing on the crimpers, it's very simple. Just look at your crimpers without tightening it up and see if the walls are touching from the sleeve to the crimpers. If that is the case, then you're good to go. If that's not the case, move one higher and then crimp it. It's the best thing if you have your tags done on your crimps, then you're good. If not, the best thing is just to kind of check it out on the tags. Alright, so now that we've had this, what we're going to do is we're basically going to bend our little wire 90 degrees from our main line. And the reason to do this is to get our Ballyhoo cone put up and attached to that. So once we have this, doing it in a little. So now that we have this, we would run our main, we would run all our line through our ballyhoo, we would get our ballyhoo to swallow our hook, kind of look like that. And we would run this little wire through here. Yeah, I don't have it. Some of them do, but this one doesn't. And then that will allow you to get your ballyhoo cone in there and be nice and tight. You can just cut this little wire without a problem. And you would have your hooks set up with your skirt, and you can deep troll with this one for probably almost 7 to 9 knots without a problem, having your ballyhoo swim correctly into a straight line with your jet head and a nice good wire for that wahoo.